This is Rick Jarow, and we're talking today about working with the astrological archetypes. The first question that might come to mind is, do we really need astrology? And the answer is no, absolutely not. But we need tools. And the astrology and the astrological archetypes are tools. Tools for what? Well, in the world traditions of astrology, there are traditions of diagnostic astrology, which is the large majority in the West, and therapeutic astrology, which you see a bit in India, in the Renaissance, some New Age places. What we're trying to do is put these together in a mature, comprehensive way that can support the evolution of consciousness. The first thing to understand in this regard is that you are not the chart. The astrological chart cannot approach the reality of the unconditioned consciousness that we all are. But here's the issue. As unconditioned and unlimited as we may be in essence, in our lived experience, we're trudging along in the world, and we have issues with money and with sex and with power and with other people, and it goes on and on and on. I remember many winters ago when consciousness work was exploding in the West. Ram Dass went to visit Trungpa Rinpoche, and he had an audience, and Trungpa said to Ram Dass, what are we going to do about the demons? And Ram Dass, just back from India in the glow of post-psychedelia yogic haze, said, I don't see any demons, I just see light. At which Trungpa asked him a second time, Ram Dass, what are we going to do about the demons? That stayed with him, it stayed with me, because diagnostic astrology can tell you you have Saturn square your moon for 6 months, and man, you're going to really suffer, and it's going to be hard work, and you go, oh, what can I do? And some people advise you to pray, some people advise you to wear a moonstone, some people just say suck it up and get through it. But what we can do is reposition our understanding of the zodiacal archetypal sphere, that it is not a map of who you are, even though it can elicit, describe personality traits. Ultimately, that personality is not you, but it's you wearing it. And so the chart can show you not, oh, I'm a Libra, I'm a Scorpio, but rather where you get fixated. Whatever configuration you have, whatever signs are highly manifest in your chart, they show you where you tend to get fixated, contracted, purloined on the spear of suffering. So the idea is, if we can consciously move into the places where we are fixated and allow them to become conscious and release, we move increasingly into the ever-expanding, ever-present now, which is everything and everyone. So we were looking for methods. How can we not simply have a chart and tell someone what's happening or share what's happening and suggest some possibilities, but is there a way to actually experience the fixation with such insight that you see through it? There's a beautiful line of William Blake. He says, we are led to believe a lie when we see with and not through the eye that was born in the night to perish in the night, while the soul slept in beams of light. We want to awaken that light. And so what we practice doing, and it's been very beautiful, is applying the tool and the practice of systematic constellation, family constellation, to the astrology chart. And there are two ways to do this. One, you can take a person and a bunch of people in a room and actually constellate the chart, and it becomes alive in front of you. And instead of just saying, oh, you have Mars square Pluto, Pluto and Mars start talking to each other. You know, Mars says, I'm fire, no one's going to put me out. And Pluto says, no one's going to burn me. And this dialogue can elicit creative solutions, creative openings. Because in the end, there is nothing that is not workable. I've done charts of people who unfortunately had been to counselors and astrologers who said, oh, you should be dead, this is a terrible chart. You know, this is injurious, unskillful, and unhelpful. There's always a way through, but we need to open up to the depth, not of just the fixation, but the whole space around it. So one way is you constellate the chart and it becomes alive in front of you. The other way is what we did in Greece recently. We induct the archetype through meditation. You feel Mercury in your body, you feel Mercury in the room, and then you feel what's your reaction to it. You know, the last time you lost your keys, the last time you forgot to, pick up your daughter at the soccer game, and suddenly it begins working in you, and then you have an issue, and so the archetype illumines the issue, and then you constellate the issue. And the archetypal energy really helps you get in there because of its incredible synchronistic correspondence. For example, in one session, we were working with the planet Neptune. And Neptune is a lot of things. It's a higher vibration, it's glory, it's escapism. But Neptune also rules the feet. And what we wound up doing was someone really felt that Neptune, felt their issues in their feet. So we did a whole constellation around their feet. And one person played with the feet, one person was the heart, and one person was the mind, and other people came in, and it became a beautiful gestalt. So Trungpa, back to him, once called alchemy, which is the Tantra of the West. And the language of astrology is the language of Western esotericism. Okay, in every Western esoteric tradition, astrology is the backbone. It's the spinal supporting language which everything works off of. So what we are working on here is not just astrology with the head. Oh, I have, Uranus conjunct my moon, I have intimacy issues. No, it's the astrology of the feeling the energy in the body, gross body, subtle body, energetic body, and allowing it to work through you. And if you allow it to work through you, it finds its own solution, because that's what we're here for. Earth, as all the great adepts tell us, is a schoolhouse. But the learning is not external. The learning is to free your mind from the fixations of the past, from the projections on the future, and to breathe into the grateful present. And then the cosmos becomes what it can be translated as, which is an integral merging of beauty and order. And we can walk in this way.